Hey, I'm Dustin Kawa. I'm the founder and CEO of Takedown. Now, you might have expected an Olympic champion to come here and show technique. I do know a little bit about winning this tournament. Back in 1999, I was the first Georgia high school national champion in tournament history. 22 years later, Takedown is now the tournament sponsor. The impact this tournament had on me was significant. I was able to earn a full scholarship to North Carolina State, wrestle there for 5 years, and then I spent 15 years training the next generation of athletes. In 15 years, we were able to coach 24 high school national champions, send over 125 kids into college programs. We've had the last 5 NCAA All-Americans, and alongside me is 4-time NHSCA national champion and 3rd in history, Mr. Ryan Millhof.
How you guys doing?
I'm here with Ryan, and we're gonna show you the do's and don'ts of how to win a national tournament. All right, so we're gonna start off today with single leg finishes on the edge of the mat. It's super critical, especially at national tournaments, that we finish every time we get in on a shot, okay? There's a certain mentality of, I have to finish. All right, so here's one of the things I'm sensitive on, okay? It's basically where his heel placement is, where my knee placement is, and where my shoulder placement is, okay? So if I'm outside the leg here, one of the things he has a right to do is he has leverage where this leg will get sprawled out or back, okay? So one of the things I want to focus on is getting this knee behind his leg, all right? So I'm in here battling. I'm looking at dropping, knee placement behind the heel. My shoulder placement, if it's above the knee, he wizards me down, okay? If it's below the knee while he has the wizard in, I'm able to clear this back, okay? So one of the techniques we're looking at is a game between bringing this down, okay? Clearing this hand, but also keeping this leg. Because the second you release both, if I pull this down, have this off the leg, this guy's kicking out, okay? So it's all a combination of all 3 things. Down, place, while he's pulling this away, I'm also looking to swim. A lot of times these guys have such good flexibility now where you can't get it. So when you swim, which is the swim motion, I'm looking to pull and drop. Boom, feet in. Got it? So one more time, I take a shot, boom, I'm in here, I'm pulling, dropping shoulder, I'm constantly pulling this in, and I'm looking to drop, clear, keep the wizard tight, okay? Even there, if he has it tight, he wizards me down. My knee is placing down, and I'm shifting. Notice how I'm sitting on my butt a little bit too. My arm's clearing. I can pull off, drop the shoulder. I can shelf it, pull, swim, take down. Mentality, finish on the edge of the mat. So one of the things we want to look at when we're deep in here is our positioning, okay? One of the things I naturally went to was knee placement, shoulder placement, okay? And then looking at getting this wrist off and then controlling each position of his body from ankle to knee to hip, okay? So one of the things I want to do here is shift this out, okay? Notice that starts relieving his pressure of his wizard. If my shoulder's real high, he's pushing this in, and I'm losing leverage here, okay? So one of the things I want to do is shift down. I'm not sitting on my butt, but look at my angle here. I'm looking at kneeing that out, dropping this shoulder through while picking this up all at the same time, okay? The other thing we got to look at is head down. Head up, my shoulder comes high. Head down, I start shifting, he splits. So one of the things I don't want to do is avoid chasing him, especially on the edge of the mat, okay? So I chase and I pull. Notice how I'm pulling at the leg here, and then I'm shifting out of bounds. One more time, I'm in here, I knee pick, boom. I'm there on the edge. I'm constantly moving this knee forward at the ankle. Okay, he goes to split. I'm pulling it forward, dropping the shoulder, placing, scoring out of bounds. All right, let's talk about mentality, okay? We do all these practices year round, hours in the gym, hours in the practice room, and guys come out to competition, they start clamming up, okay? The winning mentality is an offensive mentality. Always looking to score points, whether you're on top, bottom, neutral, down by 5, up by 5, 20 seconds left on the clock. Offensive mentality is always try to score. Don't be the guy that stands clammed up, doesn't take a shot all match, and then you're sitting on the sidelines the rest of the tournament watching the finals. We're here to talk about how to win national tournaments versus wrestling in national tournaments, okay? So one of the things not spoken about very often is finishing periods, okay? That can be the end of the first period, end of the second period, or of course, and in the third period, finishing periods is about winning the match, all right? My trigger for me is the 20-second mark on the end of the clock. okay? So the impact a takedown does to finish the first period or impact of the second period, it's a game changer for the guy's mind, okay? So the significance is if he's the offensive-minded wrestler, this guy's defensive-minded, you know that he's going to be backing up and sprawling, okay? So we got to anticipate that on the offensive side. Lots of fakes, lots of snaps, and when he opens up and pushes back, we're going to take advantage of it, all right? So Ryan's here to demonstrate. 20 seconds. Let's say into the second period, 20 seconds left on the clock. Ready, go! Keep them rode out, keep them rode out. Time! All right, so one of my pet peeves is guys cutting guys incorrectly, okay? The reason why is a lot of times when you're cutting a guy, you're trying to get away to score a quick amount of points in a short amount of period, okay? And last thing we want is this guy slowing us up by picking our ankle, grabbing our leg, or any other kind of tricks. All right, so a lot of times we're in here wrestling, we're in the position, and we get up, we got to cut the guy real quickly, and guys get lazy. They go up here, start grabbing heads, they try to like muscle the guy down. Next thing you know, the guy grabs your leg, and you're in this scramble for 10, 20 seconds just wasting time, okay? Can't happen. So we're sitting here wrestling. You know, I'm down by one. Maybe I got called for stalling. It's the end of the period. When I go to cut this guy, a few things. One, it's the closest arm, okay? It's not the furthest arm I'm worried about, and it's the inside leg that I'm also concerned about. So when I go to cut this guy, I'm often here. I'm keeping my hips away, and a lot of times I want to push the guy away, not too far, because I don't want to run away where there's seconds back here, okay? Ideally, I want to cut the guy, get in front of him, separate, let the referee recognize the escape, and then I want to go attack. All right?
Okay, so we're going to be talking about a proper sprawl. If you can hit a proper sprawl, especially when a guy's shooting in on you, not only are you going to be able to score points, but you're also going to be able to defend a lot of attacks. Pet peeve of mine, bad sprawling, right? Like you see people that have their arch back, you see people that don't turn in properly, and in the end, it's going to cost you a lot of points, right? So here, Cam's going to shoot a double leg. He's getting in nice and deep. He got past our head and hand defense. Now he's in deep. All right, so the first thing we have to do is we have to sprawl, and we have to get our weight into him. Now, how we do that is by big chest, head up, and putting our weight into him. At the same time, we're going to want to turn into him, not away from him. So, again, hitting this big sprawl, chest up, head up, turning into him. Now, with this left hand, what I want to start doing is I want to start creeping around and grabbing this ankle. The whole time, I'm keeping this pressure in on him. A lot of times you'll see people getting here, and then they release the pressure and try to scramble. I want to try to mush him into the mat. Big head, big chest. From here, grabbing this back ankle, taking this forearm, the back of his head, and then I'm just circling as I'm pressuring into him. Getting my two. All right, so one more time. Cam's going to fire off a double. Getting in. First thing I got to do, head up, chest up, get my feet back, and I'm turning into him. Getting in deep, right? Next thing, back hand, reaching around for this ankle. As I'm doing that, I'm pressuring into him, circling around him. Get my two.
All right, we're going to talk about when this annoying wrestler goes and drops to your leg and just holds on all the time. We're going to prevent that, okay? So, guy stands up. Guy just starts dropping to this leg and just squeezing and hanging on, okay? We have a few options here. One is we're just gonna kick. Second option is we're gonna kick. Third option is we're gonna kick, all right? There's no other option other than this position right here than looking to kick, and we're hoping to either get away or we're looking to get a stalling call, okay? So watch this guy, he's gonna reach, and he's gonna kick, 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 until he frees, all right? Good technique on my part. One of the things I like to focus on is knee placement again. Hand placement above the knee, look here, and then also avoid getting your teeth kicked out, okay? So if I keep my leg in here, this heel goes right in my jaw sometimes, so a lot of times I'm squeezing down, especially during drill, and during competition, it doesn't matter as much. So when I'm in this position, the other thing I wanna look for is if this guy squeezes this too tightly and has this leg locked in, you might have to push this hand down over the knee when we go down, okay? So we're sitting here down, kicking, he kicks one time, boom, right there, he feels it. He clears the knee, and there he can usually release. Boom. Don't let this guy hold onto your leg.
All right, so I'm gonna be talking about kind of a little more creative, fun move everybody likes, right? Super duck. In my career, a lot of big matches, I've been able to pull this off last second, get a big win, down by 1, overtime. It worked in middle school, it worked in high school, it worked in college. And who doesn't like taking someone down and making them look silly, right? So, how I'm setting this up, it's all about misdirection, right? I gotta get the guy thinking I'm going one way and I go the other way. So how I like to set it up, I'm a right leg lead. This left hand, my backhand, I'm gonna start touching and I wanna get him reaching. So when he starts reaching, that's when I know I got him. And I'm reaching and shifting my weight. Reaching, shifting my weight. When I'm ready to go, I shift my weight, I reach. This hand is gonna go all the way back into my back pocket. My right hand is gonna come off the ground, grab him by the hip, and then at this, I'm pulling him into me and just circling around getting my points. One more time. Tying left, getting this guy reaching, shifting my weight, trying to get him guessing at where I'm going. So I break, I might tie, I break, I tie, shifting my weight over to the right, hitting my hand, trying not to hit my knee, going underneath, this hand's going all the way back to my back pocket, right hand's going up to the hip, and then I'm pulling the hip into me as I circle around. And there it is.
We're here to talk about the low-low position and the 5-point move, all right? So we're down here in a low-low position. Look, guys, this is a matter of inches, all right? So watch my finger here. If it's touching the ankle and the mat, okay, we're in good position. An inch up, this guy has leverage to kick his heel out, okay? Kicks his heel out, boom, back. Down here on the mat, I can literally hold it with 2 fingers, okay? Kick back, kick back. I wanna keep this flush right here and this elbow down. One of the mistakes guys make is they shoot in, they get to here, and they think I have it secured. I wanna get to this position, okay? Another mistake guys make is a lot of times their head goes in or the guy drapes over. Listen, that's gonna happen, so I'm gonna show you a 5-point move from there, okay? So he's in here in the position. The second we get here, I wanna lock this in tight. What happens is this guy takes all of his energy and focuses on this leg. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna drape. What I don't wanna do is grab, okay? By grabbing this, he starts worrying about clamping up, okay? So I'm gonna drape and I'm just gonna drop to my hip while keeping this pressure right here, okay? Notice the pressure is in my neck. This naturally goes in this sitting position. This is the most critical part. Legs are open, heels are in, and I'm looking at stuffing this in between. What you'll find is there's a lot of pressure on his leg here. When I lock this in, be careful with your partner, don't break his leg, and I'm gonna arch in, okay? There's a lot of pressure in this position. The second we get this locked, you'll find this guy choking you here. I'm gonna go toe, heel, pull it over, drape. Now be careful here, these guys have tricks. So when I go to come out of the Turk, I want to Superman up. From there, my feet rotate, arch up, and I'm looking to cross face. There's 5 points right here, okay? Let's try it one more time, do a little faster. I'm gonna drop down, boop, boop, bam, pick, bam, technique, drape over, drop, pull, move in, hook, lock, secure, point, 5 points, boom. 5-point low-low.
Hey guys, my name is Ryan Millhof. I was a 4-time NHSCA national champion. I was the 3rd guy in tournament history to do so. I was also a 2-time Super 32 champ, a 3-time Georgia state champ, and Division I All-American at the University of Oklahoma. I just wanted to come in and talk to you guys really about the 5 things that I think are most important for winning a national tournament. The first one, you gotta have belief. You gotta have belief that you can go out, you can compete with anyone, and that you can beat anybody. The second one is short-term memory. You get scored on, you lose a match, you gotta forget about it. You gotta move on to the next thing. Wrestling's fast-paced. The third one, always have an offensive mindset. The more points you score, the more offense that you're looking for, the more offense that you generate, the better chance of success that you're gonna have. Another one is preparation. You know, when I'm looking back through my career, I always wanted to be more prepared than the next guy. And for me, that was working as hard as I can. If I did more reps, if I did more sprints, I did more push-ups, sit-ups, whatever it was that I had to do to outwork the next opponent. So the more prepared you can be, physically and mentally, better chance you have of winning. The last one is stingy. When it comes to national tournaments, you have got to be stingy. You're wrestling for a national title. You can't give these guys anything. You can't give up any points. So those are my top 5 for winning a national tournament. And the last and probably most important thing that I want to talk to you guys about is just having fun. You know, you only get to wrestle for so long, and every time you step on that mat, you got to be grateful for it. You got to be excited. You got to be ready to go win a national title. There's no anxiety. There's no stress. There's no worrying. All the work's done. So when you get there, have fun and go all out, because you might only get this opportunity once. My name's Ryan Millhof, and good luck to everyone at NHSCA.
All right, we're here to talk about leg defense. It's so important, guys. You get a guy who's really talented on legs, he will ride you and make your life miserable. A lot of times, too, it'll offset the better wrestler that gets beat by a guy who just is real talented on legs. So this is a position I like to drill leg defense on. A lot of times you see guys drilling leg defense on the top and bottom position, but I actually like to drill it from here, okay? So the guy has me jacked up, both arms underneath my armpits. His legs are tucked in here. So the first thing I like to focus on is going down, okay? This lessens his pressure. A lot of times he's trying to jack me up. I'm trying to keep my arms in, and I'm really trying to protect my crotch, okay? As cliche as it is, I want to protect everything on the inside right here. So I want to get everything out. So one of the things I want to do, it's like hot potato. If I go and try to hold onto his wrist real hard here, this guy tries to grab my wrist, okay? So that's no good. He tilts me back. So one more time, I grab here too hard. He grabs me. Next thing you know, I get tilted back. Okay, so one of the things I want to do is I want to pinch this arm, pinch this, and it's hot potato, right? If I see him react real hard to this, I know it's going to come. So watch, I go there, I see it react, boom, I'm testing it. I scoot down a little bit more. Another thing I want to do is go either inside the toe or over the toe and throw it out. Now look, going back to my theory about protecting your crotch, I'm blocking my crotch. What else is in my crotch right now? This foot, bam, back. Now, if I go to leave my legs wide open again, what happens? Leg goes back in the crotch. I don't want that. Notice, I don't have to get both sides out either. There's a lot of times guys try to get everything out of there. You don't have to get everything out. So once again, we're going to drop down. We're going to hot potato. I can either hot potato here. Everything's in working. Boom, clearing. Now I'm blocking. Notice, if I left this open again, he'd go back in, or he'd throw his leg back in. So the second I get in here, I'm starting to drill these positions, blocking. Anytime I get to a point where I get one arm cleared here and one arm up, I'm scooting down, okay? I'm dropping, I'm scooting out. Boom, there's my position I'm at, okay? Ryan's in position here, both legs in, both arms up. He scoots down first, he's hot potatoing it, clearing it, boom, pinching his legs up, blocking, nice, boom, out. Leg defense. Guys, my final thoughts are this tournament made a significant impact in my life. I wish the best for you guys. Stay safe, and ultimately, do not leave anything behind. Try to score every second of every period of every match and do whatever you can to try to win.